go against next? We know that he's not going to be Pancake Devon, 300-pound Devon anymore. So my guess is he's going to probably be somewhere between the 240 and 260 mark. With that being said, who would you like to see him grip up with? And mind you, he's not going for that number one position. So now it's just more of, fun super matches that we'd like to see him participate in.
I'd still like to see him pull Hermes.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, I definitely would like that.
Yeah.
How do you think that would go? Mind you that he's going to be 240, 250 this time,
Yeah, and that makes it tricky. I don't know the answer to that. I think that there's a fair chance that he makes it look similar to Alex Credecha.
Okay.
I think the big hand and the lever and I think that as far as what I've seen in the matches that more recent could give Hermes trouble is those advantages. Yeah.
Now, what about left hand for Devon?
I would love to pull Devon left-handed, actually.
Yeah, when I said that just came to my mind as well. That would be a good one.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about it a little bit when we were in Dubai. Just down the road type deal.
Wow, that would be definitely a good one. So I got to ask you this match. This is actually going on East versus West 4, set by Engen Thursday, August 6th. And this one you're going to have big interest in because you're tied into this. So we got Artem Morzov, and he's going to be pulling Kody Merritt left hand. How do you think that goes?
I really hope Kody wins a lot.
And the reason why Corey is saying that, because if Kody gets the win, now he is in the top spot for the left hand on the planet. And come December at the Monster Factory #3, Corey has himself a match set. Happens to be against Kody Merritt left hand. So yeah, wow, bro.
It's either gonna be for the number one spot in North America or the number one spot in North America and the world. So we'll see.
Is some shit, bro. Wow.
Yeah.
But you are gonna have your hands full, bro. And we all know this because we know you gripped up with Kody. I think last was a year and a half ago.
Kody we've come to the conclusion Kody is actually the one that partially tore my bicep before I pulled Dave.
And that was over at Idaho at the TAL event, right?
That was the Dave match, but I pulled Kody 3 weeks prior in Fallen Heroes in Kansas
City.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, wow. So you probably tore your muscle then, and then Dave finished the job.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now, just give us a little background, what you felt when you, now, was this the first time you gripped up with Kody, or this was the second time?
I think we pulled 2 years in a row at that Fallen Heroes event. The first year we just pulled, me and him just pulled. The second year I had a match with, I can't remember. I think I had a match or a 3-way round robin. I can't remember how it all laid out with Bryce Talton, and then Brita ended up in it, and then Kody was coming and he wanted to pull me again to see, where that was at. And so we opted to pull each other first, and I pulled Kody and lost. And then I pulled Brita the next one and won, but I knew I had some pain. And then when I went to pull Bryce Talton in the third match, he got real high in my hand. And when he hit, it kind of, instead of, catching like I do, I got just this terrible shooting pain up my arm, and kind of, I think there's even video. I think I kind of hollered, when it happened, and just had to he pinned me in the first one. I thought my arm something had went wrong. We ended up icing it for a bit, and then coming back to the round robin, and I was able to drive in a hook and keep him real tight and win. But that whole 3 weeks leading up to the Dave match, I was trying to freeze sleeve and trying to do rehab work, and it was just like no matter what I did, it hurt the same. I didn't know what was wrong, but I knew something wasn't right. But I thought it was just normal arm wrestling pain. It's such a painful sport. It's sometimes hard to tell when something's more serious than it is.
Back to, I want to hear, what did you feel with Kody, man? Where were you guys at level wise? Were you
Oh,
anywhere in the
he
world of
crushed
him?
me. Yeah, he crushed me.
So how, okay, so you've had a year and a half now. Okay. Well, actually you haven't had a year and a half because you hurt yourself. So what did that took you out about half a year. So you've had about a year comeback of solid training on the left arm.
Um, so it happened in December, and I was out for it's been about a year and a half.
Okay. So a year and a half. The question
Years, yeah.
is, have you leveled up enough that you are now going to be able to take out this obstacle of Kody Merritt?
I definitely think I'm better, a lot better than I was for sure. Which they told me that there would be some of that. They moved the bicep tendon down a little bit, and told me that it was probably going to be stronger, and that a lot of times this injury led to people being better. Todd Hutchins had the same injury on his right arm and had his bicep tendon moved down as well. I mean, obviously he's a bad dude at that weight, or in the world, period. But I don't think prior to the injury I would have had any chance to beat Ryan Espy. Um, so I would definitely say that my level is quite a bit better. Um,
I just
we
want
were
to catch
talking
up
about
the
it.
subscribers on because you got to know that Corey has been on a tear. So just recently over in Louisiana State, he went up against right hand Krasimir, but left hand, he also had a mega match, and that was against Carl Superman Stanley out of Florida, who we all know is a very, very solid opponent left hand. And you pretty much made that look pretty easy that day. And then a month later, we go over to Texas, and you probably got the strongest opponent you've ever had to that date with your left arm, Ryan Espy,
besides
that being.
besides Kody.
Besides Kody, yeah, but you never really pulled Kody. Actually, did you pull him in an official tournament or?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
pulled him in
okay.
some street masters. Yeah.
Well, now you go against Ryan Espy, and wow, bro, I knew you were in the match from the beginning. We all know, anybody that knows you knows your left is probably even better than the right, which is crazy to say. But I didn't expect the domination that you did against Ryan. And that's when I was like, oh my God, bro, this dude really is on the world level with his left also. So now the only person in front of you in North America is Kody Merritt. So it's like, wow. So in a year and a half, let's see if he did it. Have you got to that level? And now what do you expect? What style do you expect him to come at you with? And how does it play against your style?
So the biggest factor with Kody, which I'm not saying he hasn't been stronger than me in the past, but I would, you there's no way to know without slow pulling him. I would think my chances are fairly good just in like a practice match with us slow pulling, and it getting, pretty much power on power. I probably stand a much better chance to beat Kody like that. And I may not, but that's in my head, what I think, potentially. Kody is fast. His speed has never in the past even allowed me to engage before, being in a terrible position. So I'm hoping that I'm either so strong that I can post in the center, or, fast enough where I can at least engage before I hit the pin pad like in the past. So we'll see. We were talking about it the other day, and it's kind of Cody's been on a tear. Neither of us have lost a round. We both got injured at the same event. Kody broke that bone in his forearm where they had reattached his bicep and anchored it through, and he snapped that bone where they had drilled through to reattach. I tore my bicep off. Same event, same day, December 5th of 2020. We're going to pull December 10th of 2022. And to this moment, unless something happens with Morozov, neither of us have lost a round left-handed since that.
Wow, that is amazing. This is going to tell a lot. We're going to gain a lot of intel that day to see who is at the top position for the left arm. And this could possibly be, like you said, for the world, which that's exciting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I got to say this, bro. Both of you guys, man, I love both of you guys. You guys are the two most humble, nice guys. You know, that's the only thing I'm a little worried about. You two are just too nice. How we got to take off the gloves and really let's get a little dirty here, a little dirty boxing going on or something.
Yeah. No, me and Kody are pretty good buddies. I love that guy. We're actually he's staying here with us. So we'll pick him up from the airport, slip something in his drink that morning before the match, and then we'll be good to go.
Make his luggage go disappear.
Yeah. He just wears some of my clothes. They'd be just a little too big for him.
I love it, man. Well, I can't wait for that match. That one is make sure everybody's tuning into that. The Monster Factory is gonna be a really great setup.